Welcome to another day in the Matrix. So just to start out today's video, want to let you guys know that I've been getting a lot of questions about what my mastermind course contains. So before I get into that, guys, give me a quick like, thumbs up, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Looks like our channel has gotten to around 200 subscribers. Let's try to get that number up to 300. Be great to get to 1,000 before the end of the month, but I'd appreciate you guys sharing this content and getting more people on board. So the content has a lot of videos that are extremely informative. I think right now we have about 65 videos in the private mastermind, meaning it's all content that is not on YouTube. It goes very deep into all the concepts that I talk about, and I typically do a very breeze-by format of all of my analysis because the goal here is to kind of get all the information packed in, but it's very hard to explain all the details. So that's what this course covers. So one by one, we have security, keeping your investments safe. We'll be going over everything from, secure emails to two-factor authentication, very basic stuff, some stuff that you guys might already be aware of. We have sign-up bonuses worth about $100 and all the way up to 400 or 500 if you guys are interested in getting into trading. I trade on a bunch of different platforms, so I also offer mentoring on that as a separate uh, program because that kind of stuff is a lot more in depth. And then you have investment thesis, going over everything from the mindset, the emotional state, fear versus greed, understanding how to use a balanced thesis along with our emotions to be able to get through these volatile swings that we see in this asset class, cryptocurrency. Then we'll go over a concept that I've made called the designer portfolio. That portfolio will include Bitcoin as a heavy balance, but we will also get some of the more speculative plays in there, which I go over in the videos in that content. But I will give something away. XRP is included in that portfolio. I am a big XRP holder. Then we go on to the technical analysis, very basic stuff. We talk about moving averages, RSI, MACD, Fibonacci, even into some other oscillators that are a little bit more rare, using a combination of time frames, custom time frames, particular moving averages that match Fibonacci, etc. And then we get into the very advanced stuff, which starts bringing in the Gematria and Numerology, which is sort of the icing on the cake to my technical analysis. We'll have some economic fundamentals, basic financial concepts, lending, leveraging on credit, loans, basically ideas to turn your 401k, other investments that you've been losing control over, and how to get it into this space to free up some of your hard-earned capital to work for you, as opposed to just sitting there in the hands of the government. And then you have, the traditional markets and how they impact crypto, the DXY, S&P 500, just the basic stuff, precious metals, and how that all ties into the movements and the swings we might see Monday through Friday in crypto. Then we have an altcoin strategy that I've designed, which goes over when to take out initial investments, being that altcoins are very volatile comparatively to Bitcoin, have a very emotionless outlook and strategy on how we can go about removing our hard-earned money from this market at a perfect time, and all the indicators that I use to make that possible. And then overall exit strategies for not only this bull run, but bull runs to come. And we could use previous data to develop a long-term investment strategy. For me, I like the long term because I'm looking at this investment as something that'll be for financial freedom, not just for a quote-unquote bull run. That type of mindset is why people buy and sell everything, and then they wait on an entire full market cycle to come back, and then they say to themselves, oh man, I wish I bought the dip. You know, that type of thing is what we're going to try to prevent with our exit strategy. Then I'll get into earned interest using earned interest platforms, staking, loans, and borrowing. All very lucrative concepts that could be used to take advantage of because the traditional banking system is getting a lot less, uh, how do I say this? They're just not so kind anymore at giving out personal loans ever since this whole pandemic happened. Then I'll get into the Gematria Numerology and Astrology, which are newer concepts that I've been adding into my material, which I feel like are super groundbreaking. I do look into a lot of people's work, but what I've done with my utilization of Gematria is started to incorporate all of my understanding of technical analysis and the markets and use those numbers that I see repetitively and how they show up in Gematria and how that can all be compiled together to have a provable way of perceiving these markets, because I think that's the number one hardest thing here with it all is where do we stand in the market today and where are we projected to go, and how we can use Gematria to be able to understand who's orchestrating this all and which direction are they pulling us. And it's been a very critical component. It's something that's been helping a lot of people too. That's what we're all about here. So again, would appreciate if you guys subscribed. If you haven't already, please share this video. Let everyone know that we're doing something different here. We're incorporating some of the more esoteric things into our analysis, and we're not just sitting here as hype boys telling you that everything that you've invested in is going to the moon, because that is an absolute lie, and we want the truth. Red pills only. So quick wrap up of what's going on today, and then I'm going to finish this one up just so that you guys could be aware of what the mastermind was all about. And then I have a really sick video coming out on my mastermind in a couple days, which will break down some very basic terms that go back to ancient Babylon, describing Sumeria. And I also include using the Chaldean ciphers and English Sumerian ciphers. So some of the more complex things that I don't go over in my YouTube channel, this will be a really sick video because it'll be bringing up a lot of things that I feel like I've never seen anyone discuss. So what we're seeing today is bullish for Bitcoin. The altcoins are bleeding. Bitcoin has hit 57,164 as its high. It's basically battling the high right here. If I scan through the higher time frames, what I'm seeing is that we're coming up to 2-day. We've broken above 3-day, and that would be incredible because if we close today, just so you guys know, if we close today at a level above 56,000, we will put on a candle body high for the 3-day. That's extremely bullish. And then we have the weekly resistance coming in at around 57,400. So we could see a pump up to this 57.4, 57.5, and then we could just kind of build some support at these higher levels. And I think we would all love that. If I could keep my cursor right here at 54,000, you see how this wick came down to it, this body closure came down to it, and today we're starting to see it flip, almost sort of flip as a new support. But what I would really like to say to confirm what I just said is to have some of these moving averages move up. Again, I use very particular moving averages. I don't use the ones that are typically used in Forex. I use ones that go along with Fibonacci. And also another thing that'll be key is part of my mastermind content, I have a new number that I'm going to be using for a moving average and how to use very particular small custom timeframes to be able to navigate bullish and bearish crosses so that we could determine ahead of time where these markets are going. Again, it's very weird and different analysis, but I feel like that's the kind of stuff that's going to bring value to you guys. So I'm really excited to release that information. I'm just in the process of back testing it right now, and I don't want to share anything with anyone unless I've traded it and I've back tested it myself. So with that being said, Bitcoin getting a closure on this 3-day above this $56,000 level, even 55,900 is bullish as hell. So why is the rest of the cryptos down? Well, because dominance is up. So when dominance resets to around that 62% level, anyone who follows me knows that I like discussing the reset point for Bitcoin dominance, which is, in my analysis, it's around 62. That means that when it goes below 62, you can expect it to flip to the upside, and that'll essentially give you nice green days for Bitcoin when it starts to break out to new highs. We see this time and time and time and time again. When Bitcoin dominance gets below that 60 and the market consolidates, capitulates a little bit, you see the alternative coins pump. But then Bitcoin typically has its worst days. So now we're just seeing a reverse in structure, and that would make sense because Bitcoin's basically battling previous all-time highs. We have a MACD cross on the daily bullish, and the RSI is sitting only at 69 right now, 68. So there's plenty of room to go up with RSI and the MACD just having a fresh cross. It would make sense that we're going to start to see this Bitcoin dominance probably push up to around the 64-ish. This two moving averages converging on the upside would be pretty interesting if we flipped that. But judging by the fact that Bitcoin's already had two nice advances to the upside, going from as low as what was it, 10K to 42, and then from 29 to 58, that's telling me that it's time for the alts to start putting on some insane gains. So any altcoin holders, you might see a little bit of red for the next couple days as Bitcoin moves to the upside and dominance regains a little bit of strength. But you know how the alt seasons can get. And I will share this opinion, which might be controversial, but I do not think that all the altcoins will have an independent alt season where they just have really stagnant results and then out of nowhere, like a 1000% gain. I don't think that's going to happen this time around. I think that what will overall happen is Bitcoin will continue to move up all the altcoins. They will all move up in similar percentages as things continue. Whatever crypto has more alpha, meaning more upside potential, will essentially put on more gains. So that could be looked at as market cap. That could be looked at, however you want. And the only outlier for what I'm saying will be XRP. XRP will probably have a moment where it just shoots up to $5, $10, $15. I don't want to get too much into that, but that's what XRP does. So if anyone wants to argue that, you're just closed-minded and you don't understand. XRP can absolutely shoot from 50 cents to $4 in literally a month. So yeah, people just won't be prepared for that, and that's kind of what XRP is known for. Anyways, getting into the traditional markets a little bit. Yesterday, the NASDAQ put on a nice little recovery bottom. I was discussing to everyone in that video yesterday that this market is most likely going to have some sort of a W breakout pattern forming, which looks like this W, which means that, we'll have some more pushing up to do. The NASDAQ and the S&P 500, and then it'll roll over again. It'll put in a higher low, and then it'll move on to the upside. Probably sometime around the same time when I'm projecting Bitcoin to start hitting those 70,000 levels, like the first week of April or so. So I'll leave it at that. I hope this video was informative. I hope you guys have a lot of questions answered in regards to the mastermind content that I made. We would be great to have some of you guys on board. And again, like and subscribe. It'd be great to get these subs up to the 300 and hopefully 1,000 pretty soon. I appreciate your guys' support. Enjoy the rest of your day in the Matrix. See you soon.